Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Dave Zeit, and I got a microphone. Welcome to On D Musik Live. Today is Saturday, February 7th, 3 p.m. We're here in Baltimore, Maryland, where it's snowy as anything, ice up a storm, but we're here to warm things up with the Revita Jazz Group, the Songs of Justice and Freedom. And this lineup is incredible. Deidre Jennings, the great Deidre Jennings on vocal, Mark Lepo percussion, Nuke Vega drums, Phil Revita on the bass, and Greg Small hitting the keys on the piano. And these songs that they're doing were written from the days of slavery through the year 2000, reflecting important benchmarks in social justice. But before we get started with this show, let me mention that On D Musik has an opportunity to sponsor a concert. If you could sponsor one of these bands that come on here, or your friends or family that play, $300 gives you 5 pairs of tickets to an event, and along with other perks like front row seating. Information on that can be found by emailing our address, ondmusic.com. Ladies and gentlemen, let me just tell you before we get started, we also have a concert tonight. Kevin Brewster is coming tonight, Black History Month celebration featuring Eben and Ephraim Dorsey. We live stream shows. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen, tuning in from the internet. We appreciate that. You could live stream concerts, you could come in person. Also, tomorrow is Jeffrey Himes playing here at 1 o'clock. Next weekend is Valentine's Day. We have a piano recital. Jian Shen, she's celebrating Valentine's and Lunar New Year, Mendelssohn, Beethoven, the usual love songs. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to introduce the band. Let's get started here. Welcome to On D Musik.
Thank you very much, and welcome to Ein Die Music. I'm Phil Revita, and this is Revita Jazz. And we're featuring Greg Small on piano, Mark Leppo on drums, and I'm Phil Revita. And I'd like to bring up to the stage Deirdre Jennings.
Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom over me. And before I'd be a slave, I'd be buried in my grave and go home to my Lord and be free. no more moaning. There'll be no more moaning. No more moaning over me. And before I'd be a slave, I'll be buried in my grave and go home to my Lord and be free. No more crying, no more crying. There'll be no more crying. There'll be no more crying when I'm free. And before I'd be a slave, I'll be buried in my grave and go home to my Lord and be free. Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom over me. And before I'd be a slave, I'll be buried in my grave and go home to my Lord and be free. Thank you all so much for coming and joining us in this celebration, Songs of Justice and Freedom at Andi Music. This song that you just heard, Oh Freedom, goes back to the times of slavery and like right after slavery. And it's a song that's really interesting because the first time that it was really used as an anthem, a song of resistance, was back in 1906 after the race massacre in Atlanta. So civil rights, I don't want you to think that this civil rights thing just started in like the 50s and the 60s. No. Songs have been uniquely intertwined with our quest for freedom and justice from the very beginning. And so we're just taking you on a little bit of a journey. So we're starting with this time of these spirituals, right? So, Oh Freedom. And the next one that we're going to do, which is Wade in the Water. Wade in the water, wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. Who's that young girl dressed in red? Wade in the water. Must be the children that Moses led. God's gonna trouble the water. So wade in the water, wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. That young girl dressed in white, wait, wait, must be the children of the Israelites. God's gonna trouble the water. So wade in the water, wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. Boy dressed in blue, wait, wait, must be the children that are marching through. God's gonna trouble the water. Wade in the water, wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. If you don't believe that I've been redeemed, wait, wait, just follow me down to Jordan Stream. God's gonna trouble the water. So wade in the water, wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. God's gonna trouble the water. God's gonna trouble the water. Thank you. So we love to present this song because it's a song of resistance, and we did this show last month, and it was interesting when we were talking about the history of the song. There were people that didn't realize that this was a coded song. The idea of resistance didn't start after the emancipation. You know, there are some people that believe that, you know, people were just happily enslaved and happily living in their situation, and that is not it at all. So one of the things about Wade in the Water is a way that people who were enslaved were able to communicate how to access the Underground Railroad. So one of the things is that when you're in the water, one of the ways that people would actually try to track you down was through dogs. But if you're in the water, they can't trace your scent. There's another piece of it that people talk about. Now, this part hasn't been proven and substantiated, but I absolutely believe it, is that the colors that they talked about in the song, the red, the white, some versions of it have black in it or blue. Those were also codes of when it's safe to go or when it's not safe. And so there's thoughts that Harriet Tubman actually used that as a way to give codes on when it's safe to go on your passage. One of the things that I loved about these two songs is it follows a Black tradition, an African-American tradition, where people take license with the song. So there are some core lyrics to the song, but people go and then adjust them to their situation. And so I will say, like with Oh Freedom, it was used back, like I mentioned, post-slavery, deep into the Jim Crow area, but in the civil rights area, it was sung again. It was actually sung at the March on Washington. And different people sang it, Joan Baez, and different people did, and they put their own words to it. And so this is one of those traditions. And I love these songs. And so if you thought you were just coming to listen to some music, sorry. We love to explain the richness and the reason behind these songs. And so one of the things I like to think about is that these songs are a love note from our ancestors. They are a form of encouragement. And they're also a roadmap for justice that carry us through generations. Let's do Sometimes I Feel Like a Motherless Child. So the next song we're going to do again was sung by lots of different people. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Some people, the one and only Paul Robeson sang this song. But we've also had people who have sung it, the one and only Sarah Vaughan have sung this song. There's so many people because it's universal. And again, another interpretation of this song is that it sounds hopeless. I'm feeling like a motherless child. But it depends on which word you're focusing on. Sometimes means that there are times of hope, that you're not in this situation always. So it's a song that can meet you where you are in that moment. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child, a long way from home, a long, long way from home. Sometimes I feel like I'm almost gone. Sometimes I feel like I'm almost gone. Sometimes I feel like I'm almost gone. Way up in my heavenly home, way up in my heavenly home. Sometimes I feel like freedom is near. Sometimes I feel like freedom is near. Sometimes I feel like freedom is near. A long, long way from home, a long, long way from home. Sometimes I feel like an eagle in the air. Sometimes I feel like an eagle in the air. Sometimes I feel like an eagle in the air, soaring towards my home. A long, long way from home. A long, long way from home. Thank you. So I'm going to actually have the band do a song that was created by the one and only. I keep saying one and only because you know what? I have to tell you, there's certain people, when I think about them, there is nobody that compares. And, you know, what a gift. What a gift that long after they're gone, their presence is still here through their creation. And so this song was written over 100 years ago, I believe, and is still so appropriate for today, especially in light of everything that's going on in our country and in the world. And it's called Black and Blue, and it's by Fats Waller. And the reason why we love presenting different songs than you would typically hear in a, you know, justice, freedom type of thing is because we want you to understand that people that you wouldn't necessarily associate with activism were there. Just because they didn't do it every day, just because they didn't stand in the front lines, didn't mean that that resistance wasn't in their heart. So we're going to I'm going to step down and have Phil, Greg, and Mark present to you Black and Blue. Okay, and so if you're not familiar with that song, I'm going to give you a snippet of the lyrics. It says, "Because you're black, folks think you lack. They laugh at you and scorn you too. What did I do to be born so black and blue?" That was in 1929. Thank you, Wikipedia. I wanted to make sure that I had that right. So, listen, we're over halfway through. I mean, this thing is flying through. So we want to get you to some other songs now. So we're going to move up several decades. Let's do that. And I'm actually going to move this over to the side, because we don't need this. There we go. I don't like to have anything blocking from us. So we are going to do, what's going on? We're going to do 2 songs back to back. There we go. What's going on in there? Okay. There's too many of you crying. Brother, 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 far too many of you dying. You know we've got to find a way to bring loving here today. Father, Father, no, we don't need to escalate. You see, war is not the answer, never will be, 'cause only love can conquer hate. You know we've got to find a way to bring understanding here today. Oh, picket lines, picket signs, don't punish me with brutality. Come on, talk to me so you can see what's going on, what's going on, what's going on. I'll tell you what's going on. Mother, mother, everybody thinks we're wrong, but who are they to judge us simply 'cause our hair is long? You know we've got to find a way to bring loving here today. Oh, picket lines, picket signs, don't punish me with brutality. Come on, talk to me so you can see what's going on, what's going on, what's going on. I'll tell you what's going on. there's a train a-coming. Don't need no baggage, you just get on board. All you need is faith to hear the diesel humming. Don't need no ticket, you just thank the Lord, yeah. So people get ready for the train to Jordan. It's picking up passengers from coast to coast. All you need is faith. Open the doors and board them. There's room for all those love the most, yeah. Ooh. Now there ain't no room for the hopeless sinner who will hurt all mankind to save his own. Have pity on those whose chances grow dimmer. There's no hiding place from the kingdom's throne. People get ready, there's a train a-coming. You don't need no baggage, you just get on board. All you need is faith to hear the diesel humming. Don't need no ticket, you just thank the Lord. Thank the Lord. Thank the Lord. You just thank the Lord. Thank you. You didn't know that Greg was so multi-talented, did you? So, those two songs. One, the last one you just heard, People Get Ready, was by Curtis Mayfield. Incredible, incredible. And the reason why we wanted to do What's Going On, beside the fact that What's Going On, is Marvin Gaye, who wrote that song, created an entire album, concept album. And, you know, if you get a chance, you should really just listen, because I feel like it ushered in a era of activism for musicians where they realized the power of their voice in a very focused way, as opposed to a song here or there. It's like, wait a minute, I can put out something into the world that anybody that's listening to it is accessible, where I'm thinking about it and I'm just loving it because I'm just dancing to the music. But then if I take a moment to listen to the lyrics, I'm realizing something. And the reason why I wanted to say that is because, so it doesn't look like it because I have the gray hair, but I was too young when that song came out to really have it sink in for me. But the song that really ushered in an awareness that I'm a citizen of the world, and if anybody in the world is suffering, if there's oppression anywhere, then it's something that I need to care about. And so that album for me, I was in high school, was Sting's Nothing Like the Sun. And the song from there is Fragile. Again, I encourage you to listen to that entire song, album, because every song in there. If blood would flow and flesh and steel were one, drying in the color of the evening sun, tomorrow's rain would wash the stains away, but something in my mind would always stay. Perhaps this final act was meant to clench a lifetime's argument, that nothing comes from violence, and nothing ever could, for all those born beneath an angry star. Lest we forget how fragile we are. On and on the rain will fall like tears from a star, like tears from a star. On and on the rain will say how fragile we are, how fragile we are. If blood would flow and flesh and steel were one, drying in the color of the evening sun, tomorrow's rain would wash the stains away, but something in my mind would always stay. On and on the rain will fall like tears from a star, like tears from a star. On and on the rain will say how fragile we are, how fragile we are, how fragile we are, how fragile we are. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, goodness, we're coming towards the end. Man, this thing was fast. You want to do redemption? We can do redemption. We should overcome real fast. Okay, all right. I was like, can you guys? I see it's only like 6 minutes left, but I was like, if you can hang for like maybe 8 minutes, we could do 2 songs. There we go. All right. Okay. There we go. All right. There we go. Time management. All right. There you go. I missed the memo though. All right. So here we go. Redemption. Yeah. Okay, so, all right, really quick. I know, because after this, well, then there will be no more talking. So I love this because the idea of freedom and resistance is universal. And so this next song, I just love it for so many reasons. But this next song is by Bob Marley. You're right? And when you think about the world music, music is a way around the world that people can communicate and connect and resist. Yes. Redemption song, whoa, redemption song, yeah, redemption song. Let's bring it down. Whoa, redemption song. Shh. Redemption song. Let me hear you sing it. Y'all sound great. Let's sing it again. Freedom starts in our minds. We're free. Redemption song. Whoa, redemption song. Yeah, redemption song. Whoa, redemption song. Because freedom starts in our minds. We are free. No matter what the world tells us, we are free. So another civil rights, the song that We Shall Overcome from the Civil Rights Movement. Yeah, because I do believe that there's power in words. Speak it into existence. These songs were given to us as affirmations. I will tell you, when life is hard, I listen to these songs and I'm lifted up. Not in an apathetic way. I'm not like forgetting about it, but I'm lifted up and I'm realizing, yes, I have agency. I can find a way to resist. Ready? If you know the words, I'm hoping you're going to join us. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe. I do believe we shall overcome someday. Let's sing that again. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. There'll be no more wars. There'll be no more war. There'll be no more war. There'll be no more war someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome. Justice will prevail. Justice will prevail. Justice will prevail. Justice will prevail someday. Deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. We shall overcome, just our voices. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart. Y'all are great. I do believe we shall overcome someday. That we shall overcome. That we shall overcome someday. One last time. That we will overcome someday. Thank you so much. Thank you. I have to tell you, you all have been fantastic. You all are a blessing. I just want you to know that. Thank you so much. The resistance starts here and here. We are free, and we will work for justice. So thank you so much. Be safe. Stay encouraged, because these songs are songs of hope. Stay encouraged. I tell my mother all the time. She watches the news, and then she's just in a tizzy. And I say, you know what? Turn it all off. Turn it all off. Because remember, you have power. This is not always going to be our reality. So be safe, travel. Thank you again for coming. And thank you once again to the incredible Andi Music for sponsoring live music and hosting it even through COVID. And once again, we are Revita Jazz. We have Greg Small on keys, Mark Lepo on percussion, and and also on tambourine. There we go. Yeah, don't forget about that. That was a big deal. I'm Deirdre Jennings, and this is our incredible band leader, Phil Revita. And so, alrighty. So thank you all so much. Take care.